Well, tomorrow is Election Day, and while odd-numbered years don't get the attention of the even-numbered years, presidential, midterm, those kind of elections, because the current administration notwithstanding, local elections, though, those would be like the mayors, city councils, school boards, they do have a greater impact on our daily lives than the federal elections. However, they don't seem to have the greatest impact on voter turnout. Think about it. We pack the polls for presidents, but when it comes to how much we want to pay for property taxes, well, the place looks more like a downtown Boise parking garage on an early Sunday morning. And for the younger generation of voters, it's historically been even more sparse. Hunter Funk looked into Idaho's turnout data and looks at how they are trying to get more young Idahoans to the polls. Hunter?
Yeah, Brian, if you look at voteidaho.gov, you can see it right here. Among the more than 1 million registered voters for this election, all you have to do is scroll down and see the age. Tap it there. You'll see 15% are 18 to 29 years old. And the counties are where they're showing up. The only places where you're seeing them show up more is over in Latah County. Once I can get this unclicked, there we go. Latah County, one of those areas. You're also going to see Madison County. But for all the other locations, I mean, you're talking about communities made up of 60 to 74-year-olds. Registered voter turnout tends to skew older, but why does it matter if fewer young people vote in these smaller races? Well, as the Idaho Young Democrat and Idaho Young Republican group say, in these local seats, your vote doesn't get lost in the noise.
School board races, those water irrigation districts, CWI trustee races have been close in the past, and so there are close races, and a lot of these local races are determined by a couple hundred, maybe a couple thousand votes, depending on what level. And so your vote really does make a difference. If you choose not to come out, sometimes folks will win or lose by less than 10 votes.
If you want your voice to be heard, especially with local races, because we know so much of the local races, it's low turnout. Sometimes people feel like it's low stakes, but it's very much high stakes for who's going to be mayor, city council, school board. We've seen all the kind of the news that Idaho tends to generate, especially whether it's the school board races in West Ada and others. It all starts local, and making sure that more voices are there.
No matter the party, both Idaho's Young Democrats and Republicans agree. Change starts at the local level. But why do younger voters tend to sit them out?
Because it's really tough with these local nonpartisan races. One, to even know what's available on the ballot, and then two, who's running, what are their beliefs, do they have websites, what are they about?
Which is why Idaho's youngest political groups work so hard during this time of the year.
We found that text messages and social media and those types of things are really the best way. And we've been encouraging folks to get out and vote. And we've also gotten young Republicans, which is our group, and other young voters to get out and door knock and canvass for candidates that they support in their community. And so we're hopeful that all of those efforts will actually yield good results and higher turnout.
The Idaho Young Democrats also doing the same. And both groups agree, whether you lean right or left, this generation has a stake in the outcome.
We have the most to gain by voting. We're going to be spending hopefully many years in the area, invest in our communities. So we just have to get out there.
Whether you're at Boise State or University of Idaho or ISU, or you're a young professional and you've got kids and families, like I get it, it's a lot, but these policies do have an impact in your community and on your day-to-day life. And so get out and vote.
Okay, if you hop online, the next generation is usually talking about home costs, getting jobs, among many other things, which is why these small elections can be a much bigger situation.
Especially when you look at the news that came out over the weekend, or maybe it was late last week, about the debt-to-income ratio in Idaho is the worst in the country, like 2 to 1.
Wasn't Idaho? Yeah, Idaho was top.
Yeah, worst in the country at 2 to 1. And so I guess that focus is, okay, especially for these college kids, which is where you kind of showed where these pockets were, you would think that, yes, the future and my income and what I have to pay out of pocket, that would be a huge consideration.
Yeah, it would make me want to jump to the polls. And also, Latah County, University of Idaho, that's why it's so heavy there.
Yeah.
Other counties don't have that big of a college presence, so you have an older population.
We'll see if it makes a difference this go around. Historically, it really hasn't. So we'll see. All right, thanks, Hunter.